Well, I understand the basis of that question. Should I play by the rule book or should I play by my conscience or consciousness? Well, it depends on what kind of situations and what kind of roles you have to play. See, at the time of Rama, we call him Rama in southern India, okay? You cut off his name Ram. In Tamil Nadu is Raman, okay? So, when it comes to Rama, he is playing by the book because you must understand at that time, one continuous conversation in that society is how to establish an order. So, Rama is at that kind of time when in this subcontinent, there was no described law. So one important dimension of his life was he wanted to bring order and civilization to that place. So he always talked about the thing, even if he saw it was very cruel what he was doing. For example, sending his wife back to forest the second time over, when she is pregnant, he knows it's wrong. He knows as a husband it's wrong, as a man it's wrong. But he is doing it because if I don't establish the law, who else will? If the king doesn't establish the law, all others will start doing their own things according to personal likes and dislikes. So this is, on one level, a hugely admirable thing that you are willing to make very severe personal sacrifices for being an ideal administrator or to be seen as an ideal king by everybody because you want to be an inspiration to be emulated by the rest of the citizenry because you're just trying to establish a civilization. Not really totally civilized, you're trying to establish the laws. It is like the Wild West, not exactly in those terms, but law is ambiguous. So he is trying to make it very clear, this is the way to conduct your life. By the time Krishna came, civilization was established, well-established kingdoms were there, clear-cut rules of life, business and warfare, everything was there. But just a handful of people were taking the law into their hands, twisting it as they want and doing what they want. Because, see, it is like when the law is not there, you have to treat it in one way. When the law is there and everybody knows what is the law but they're finding an underhand way of doing things, now you have to treat it as a crime. So how you treat crime and how you treat an outlaw, I'm trying to make a difference, there is not much difference, but I'm trying to make a difference because somebody is out of the law because he has no sense of law in his head. Somebody is a criminal, he knows what's the law and he's subverting it intentionally, all right? Not because of the compulsions of the situation alone, but he is by choice subverting the law. So in Krishna's case, the people that he is handling, the do brothers, 100 dus, Duryodhana and co, here these are people who exactly know what is the law of the time, but they are intentionally subverting it. So he deals with them completely differently, not by the book, but by his wit, by his, cunning also. Many times in the war, he was very cunning because he knows these people, if you go by the law and let them win, they are not going to give a just rule to anybody. They will do anyway what they want to do, all right? They'll anyway do what they want to do. They will not go in a just manner for the people. So he is dealing with him in a different way. So these are two different contexts, these are two different times. So what we need to see is, for their time, they are acting in a relevant way, both of them.